All right, students, welcome back. In the last video, I talked about airlines. Yeah, we talked about China Airlines. I showed you the website. Yeah, and I talked a little bit about what kind of services they provide. So I hope you have some knowledge about airlines. Okay. I thought, okay, because I talked about the airlines, I should also talk about the airport. Yeah, so that you can learn some words about the airport, the the important terms. Okay, so here you go. Okay, just look at the picture. Yeah, so you have your tickets, yeah, e-tickets, and you have all the travel documents. You talk to your travel agents. So right now you are ready to travel. So you know the airlines, which airlines you are going to, which airplane you are going to take. So everything is ready. So now the traveling, the day that you are going to travel, okay, it has arrived, and what you have to do is you got to go to the airport, right? Yeah. So let me again give you some words related to the airport. Uh, the travel agency will, of course, provide you all the information. For example, you have to reach the airport at least like 2 hours before the departure time, before the flight leaves, because you have to go through some process at the airport. The authorities, they have to check your tickets, and they also have to check your luggage. So it takes a bit of time, and you have to go to the gate to board the plane, right? So it's a process. Okay, it's not a though it's not really a long process, but still you got to spend some time at the airport before you take off. Okay, before you fly. Okay, so let me give you those words, the important words. So you go to the airport 2 hours before the departure time. Okay, and then some of the words that I want you to know is arrivals and departures. Though the airports have two different sections, areas, buildings, whatever you call, because the airport is like a really, the international airport is really huge. Yeah, it's not like a train station or a bus station. Yeah, so you need a lot of space. Yeah, so there are different areas, different places, sections, or the buildings, as I mentioned before, the airport. So if you leave your country, if you're flying to other countries, then you have to go to the departure area. That makes sense, right? Depart. So make sure arrivals and the departure, the differences. So arrival is when you come back to your country. That is the place you arrive, right? You get back. So what you have to do is you have to go to the departure, the departure area. Okay, so this is number one. And the departure has terminals. So that's the other word that I want you to know, the terminals. Yeah. Terminal 1, Terminal 2, some countries have more than 2 terminals. Yeah. And also you have to know domestic terminals and international terminals. So I'll get back to that in a minute. So terminals, so departure Terminal 1 or Terminal 2. Some countries, to fly to some countries, you have to go to Terminal 1. To fly to some other countries, you go to Terminal 2. So the e-ticket has all the information. So first you check whether you have to go to Terminal 1 or Terminal 2. So if you're driving your car, if somebody is dropping you, so make sure you go to the right terminal. Okay, because it's always a bit confusing, where to go. But once you reach the airport area, then you know there are directions, right, where to go. But then you don't go to the wrong terminal, because from Terminal 1 to Terminal 2, maybe it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, so to save time, make sure you reach the right terminal. Okay, so departure, Terminal 1 or Terminal 2. So you reach that place, and then you have your luggage, you have your carry-on bags. I will talk about the other the things that you carry. I will talk about in another video, but right now we just know departures, terminals, and there is an area where waiting area. But then once you enter the terminal, then you have to go to the airlines, because we talked about the airlines. So each airline, they have a counter. Yeah, let's see what kind of counters they have. So here it is. Yeah. So I talked about this. Yeah, terminals, international terminals. So because you are flying to other countries, domestic terminal if you travel to other cities inside the country. So the domestic airports. You know, sometimes in the same airport you have domestic terminals and also the international terminals. So just make sure you are going to the right terminal. Okay, and then you have gate numbers. So what are the gate numbers? The gate numbers, because it's a huge area, right? It's an airport, and the terminal one has many gates. Yeah, like gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4, and gate 1 has the airlines counters. Gate 2 also has the airline counters. Gate 3 has airline counters. Yeah. So suppose if you are traveling, let's say you want to go to Thailand and you book the ticket on Thai Airlines, then you go to the Thai Airlines counter. Maybe that's in gate number 3. This information you all have to know, you know. But again, I'm just trying to explain all in English. Maybe you know it in Chinese. So it's called gate number, terminal. Maybe the word terminal, you know it in Chinese. The gate number also, you know it in Chinese. So that's why I'm trying to explain all the details. So you go to the right counter, right? Thai Airlines counter, gate number 3. So you drive your car, you go to gate number 3, and you get down, and then you go to the airlines counter, because that's the ticket that you have. Okay, so there are a couple of pictures here. So the terminals, look at the picture. So that's where the airlines. Yeah, that's one of the airlines. And then the counter, as you can see, like gate number 7. Maybe that's the Thai Airlines counter. So there are people working there. There are the check-in clerk, and again in the other videos I will talk about the check-in, you know, how you check in, how you get your boarding pass, and so on. Okay, so right now you know this: airport arrivals, departures, terminals, domestic terminals, international terminals, and you have these airline counters at the terminals inside the airport, and so you reach the right airline counter. Okay, all right. The website is also there. I mean, this is where I took these pictures. Yeah, just to have a look. All right. Okay, so that's all for now. Yeah, thank you.